Promo ato abusanfo ma munyina aha UTV so enie omayimu ene amahudo so nsam ayensa kade aboabo no eno na edu so ayede ebremu efri abeka junction ewo enkakropom na this way chocolate drink oso do hia ene enso special ice ene so yensuo emu ode ene mu eye krogen ena afi special drinks ene so mugu ahodo do pe bia no won benya bi ede amao sa enwuma koi ene aboafo enkaye na aka bom aso yasene id awie from to reka sebo no ebremu so ena DSTV channel 360 kasebono yetwa eguso na diebedi emu akotini bi enie amampanyina na adedankwa ekufo ado akasa ede atudwa se emfiensu edi enimu emu afibia no 1.7 billion cedis ai ene ede be sustainable development goal 61 and afi 62 no emu Sanso ena Electoral Commission, aposifo National Commission for Civic Education, and afi Peace Council for one asinkonya. What adwin afa kwampa obefa so abonsam trofo wo ban na wo manyu onfa hodie wa bra wo ye adwuma ewo afi abato no emu. Ora John Dramani Mahama akasa dia tudwa se nyame ya adum no be mampani ewo omemu ade ba ko betumi obedi nkan aye ne se obeye economy ye sikasem no eye te so be resetting ye na no na owura ba omiase da bi enye sa resetting of economy na ye hia o na mom no omo so be upgrade no na no na sa eye campaign team mi ye ni mu mpanyimfo atwetwe nkoma bu so mo se mo ka se resetting amo kire se mo so ka se upgrade a mo so de na mo pa kire say afi ensuo anhyeda anto ewatifi mantem enunti enema bebrebe ti say bro ni soya binsan hwe ho be de yie pa wo mem ne no ena so afo hwekua ye so de atodwa say nya de be makwa masa anema no ye de bi akọ amahodo so ne no ena kuafo nkumankuma wo mem nso wo mu akasa ho akire wadwen awusanfo wei ene ensembia ebi eka na editie na edihwe ene aso no so krogia ye de ebramo ewo UTV so ewo enkran abeka junction Midday ede afia edutuwa mrosa me na ewie from to reka sebono Midday ebesomo afi emu ensem ankasa enie Opanya wotu Franka ede ama NDC amanyokono eye owura John Dramani Mahama wakasa memu no de atodwa se nyame ya dom no be mampanyi ewo memu a wo se ade ba ko obedi kan aye ne se yensi kasem no wo be ye ne yie oboni be se obere settle no kama ye pa na sanse beto odwa no na MPP Franka 24 Dr. Baumianso de tu odwa wo che se ye economy yensi kasem no enye reset bia ne hia ne mum upgrade se ye pajamu eno ene hia Ghana for asian shedan tiase enunti ye ne MPP campaign team and afi NDC campaign team no emu mpanyifo atwetwe nkoma wan ebisa omo say enyambia NDC for mo kasa resetting of the economy amo kire say MPP for so mo kasa mo upgrade economy na mo so mo pa kire say na omo kan ye
e kasa bibi o na ye pese ye man upgrade and as ye pese upgrade na che say ye pese economy ekonkan a chen sania esitie na omampani dada Mahama se opese obeye omampani na o reset Ghana yakasa o reset bibia na kyerese office esese wo de konachi ekoko gina ba bia ehya ase emre bi atwam na omampani abede akire hu ne se ba bia Ghana yedru no esese yekoye nim enye yakimom ene esese yeko
onim se sesia ye normal bebre atoto apansa ansana obekọ animu no so ye de hiansa wa ye de fata enti reset ne se ye ba besiesie normal bebre atochima ansana yakoye anim eno nkyere se ye besiesie wie ne agina bebi faako da bi ba ye pese ye kyere se ansana obetumpon no gise wa siesie normal asai nansa tie siesie wie a na afa ya hwe ne aka ebetumi ayaka ho te ye ka amamre krampo na otuna akonwa so kra ye nso emienu enti ba wo mi ana ebo no na eba beto aso no na ba be ye bibia man free HS me ba ko bi
John Mahama we no me pepa the policy na odi ba ne eye pa because first na ye si enye na ya sisemu no se kura de enye se ma ba wo mi ase oba odi ye ba be ko enim na de ye wo mu sesie ye ntimi new meter na ye di ba sesie no atwi pa me nada enu ankra ye be sisa me de na mi o 45 cedis ade cha no pa no na aka 25 cedis and a matter of 50 cedis said they go so me the togusu na minya 43 cedis.
Upgrading the economic important for me is worthwhile if you know the way to upgrade the economic. And looking at the other man, what he said about resetting the economic, when you reset it, all involve spending. Both involve spending. When you are resetting the economic, you will spend. So both of them, like they are dancing the same way for me. And they are right for what they are saying. If you can do that, can do it for the country. Better, they want to move the country forward.
Even though say nkofo kra ka say joma akofo ado onya ade a ye mu bi so ye hu se bia benefit ye pa enwoma ma ye din ye gitum na ye nim se mlepemu no bibia be ye de be ye fine na de ntini ya obi a wabetena o man so a enwoma nko yie ye nsanto abama no sa metena so for de debi no de me say de mempe ni ma ba me aka no true oba obetima ye ni ye because why be da ma hu say obetima ye ni ye
enfie watwe de na wonum ye John Mama usu wanya de John Mama Satan dollar say 35 na mo ba say nam 18 ni 17 ya santra ho 8 years biem ese achi o mu nyina agum
Omanpai na adedankwa ekufo ado ede nsa ahyenkrata se ebeboa ama ahudidie na afi bola ni nyina da etumi afri kromu.
We are grateful to His Excellency the President, His Excellency the Vice President, the Cabinet of Ghana, WASH partners, stakeholders and civil society in Ghana for their unwavering support to the WASH sector in Ghana over the years, and we need to continue to work together to ensure all our national and international targets on WASH are achieved for the benefits of the good people of our dear country, Ghana.
I therefore cannot express enough gratitude to you, Mr. President, for giving development partners and the UN family the opportunity to witness this auspicious occasion and co-signing the Presidential Compact on Water, Sanitation and Hygiene for Ghana. The WASH Compact is a prime example of how strategic multi-sectoral partnership can foster inclusive development and safeguard public health, while also advancing broader socioeconomic objectives. This compact embodies these principles by addressing critical gaps in access to clean water, adequate sanitation, and hygiene services.
Since 2017, in collaboration with our partners, the Akufo-Addo government has constructed some 250,000 household toilets to improve sanitation across the country. To manage liquid waste effectively, 3 treatment plants, each with a capacity of 1,000 cubic meters, have been built in Kumasi, Tamale, and Takoradi in partnership with the private sector to treat fecal matter. The Presidential WASH Compact outlines key milestones on our path to ensuring universal access to WASH services by 2030. These integrated plans are being closely aligned with the National Development Planning Commission's National Development Framework and the UN Sustainable Development Goals, indicators ensuring that no one is left behind as we monitor progress through the Ghana WASH Development Program of 2021-2030. Our primary objective is to ensure that every citizen in every corner of our country has access to safe drinking water, improved sanitation, and the means to practice good hygiene in alignment with the Sustainable Development Goals.
Dr. Muhammad Bawumia awotu Franka ede ama MP pamanyoko no akasa de ato Ghana fo nyina anim sa free abato no wo bia henham ento aba no ema ne pafo pa esanse wodi wono ne modembo etoto kane mampanyi owura John Dramani Mahama modembo ho a na chese wono no wo ye ade esen ni bebre.
I believe that we are at a crossroads And Ghana has an important decision to make. It is a decision that really has a bearing for our future. The two major candidates in this election are Dr. Bawumia and the former president. These are the leading candidates. And if all goes by the grace of God, one of us will be president. But the former president has been president before. So we all know his work. It's not as if he's an unknown quantity. He is a very known quantity because he has actually held the sword of office. He has been president. And when he was president, we all saw the work that he delivered. Without a global economic crisis, he told us that all the meat was finished and we were left with the bones. And because we were left with the bones, even chalk in school was a problem. We had to cancel teacher training allowances. He cancelled nursing training allowances, cancelled Arabic instructors allowances. We had to endure doomsor for 4 years plus. The national health insurance wasn't working. The national ambulance service was virtually collapsed. About 37 ambulances that we had for the whole country. We promised Ghanaians that if you vote for us, we will bring free senior high school education to Ghana. That was our signature promise in 2016. The former president said we were lying to Ghanaians. He said it was a whimsical promise. He said it was a 419 promise. He said if he had that money, he would not use it for free SHS. He did not think it was possible for us to do free SHS. But our mindset, my mindset was clear. I said, by the grace of God, it is possible.
If you don't know Bawumia today, tomorrow when he is in action, Baba, you go know. Because he is exceptionally gifted by the God who brought him into this world. It's a gift. Both of them have been what? Vice president before. What did they do comparatively? I want to remind you, as we move ahead under him as president, if an emergency arises, he will devise technology. He will devise ways and means and show us that he's the man who can do gold for oil. And if we consider all these things, including his robotics, and of course, above all, digitalization, then we know we have somebody special for the next future in Ghana. Character matters a lot. We have all seen he's a very humble man. Born humble, not pretentiously humble. And he shows it in everything. He will serve you, and he will serve you with humility. And I know that character-wise, he is free from corruption.
Kani mampanyi owura John Dramani Mahama nso akasa ede atodwase nyame ya ade no be mampanyi e wo memu biemu a wosi esumasi dwumadie proye ne kata se hye meche corruption no odene obetu ase obeko atia e wo omemu wo de no to nchen a abamu niema anampo omayi niema abamu mpanyifo wonom efom no nyafunyafu no nyina no obesan ajeje asa dwumadie what di operation recover or loot strategy.
Nanu ya ne launch your manifesto. Now you're launching a manifesto, me announce say, Jumedie bi ayebeye. Operation recover all the loot. Ye name say, if you watch here a tremui, yet to aba ema ebinmu. Ebinmu betra abaimu. Omo ambase omo besom Ghana for. Omo base ombewiaye. Ezu enti na wotwe bia wobetia Ghana sikaira. Na wotwe bia wobeti Ghana sikaira. Na wotwe bia wobeti obi nsa aboye futom ayi sika. Na yenti mi masa ankrofo no emfa yesika omo awia emfa ndwane nko. Enti yaba aban mu a wa wia yesika bia yebema wa fesa sika no. Obe fesika no. Ezu yede ye hia yesika. Enti sika we wia no, wo de fa ya de bra. Na wo de ba sa sika no ne dibi ebeye kaswa ekwa amasaman kwan domi abra kwan yetimiji sa sika na ye de sika ni bi beba be ye mo akwan ni esi mo secondary school no ma ye mo polyclinic eni bibia mo pe bia amamo.
I was on for yet wakase bono so movement for change ay amanyoko ewo omemu wo mo kandifo anwa so ene kofa bai a wo se tu franka de ama amanyoko no afia bato ni mu ay owura alankodwo kirematen wakasa de ato dwase nyame ya dom na otumi edi nkunim awafi abato ni mu no hye na dwuma ase a wo si ene wo mansi kasema asabi agye agu no be ni nyina yie na yensidi na ekofom no nso no watumi aye ne yie wo de no to ncha wo kyese wo bema enwuma abagana bebre amobi atumi enya biaye
ajala ndi aba le muso obi nkwe oka oboyo an edi kan ti obi na chi ne to so mi mususo so wa say adwuma ni wo obi wa wie school ba ifie yeni nyansa eni kra onye adwuma nye se ya ko obi a continue oba obeti ama adwuma ba so mo ma na no fa so je obi o mo nye adwuma ye eti ya president oba obeti ama adwuma ba ani susu de alam eni ni pa ba oba abemu ade aka nwa sema eni adwuma so ya president ko for blessing so ko for blessing ni na ayi adwuma nwa sem de many one person but we ade shaba ade adwuma ba enti ni nzano mama anebo akosuru na ojina akwa yesika sem enti ni sisi no so if the economy is working out, the currency will be stable, prices will go down. I don't think Holland say Makase say you have the money December. Within a matter of 1.5 years, I will fix the economy. The economy needs now. Dollar no so let me stabilize it. Nothing now what we are back. Now there's no more so the other thing.
Regional Coordinator Emma Research and Capacity Development for West Africa Network for Peace Building. Dr. Festus Aben Openi Akasa Memuno. What the atun some trofon the before war memu enim say ni de mother. Say ensaka ensembia Emma yem pepere ye hu fan tuja. Nemom ni yenyan to boase ye hu meso ye nyemu hwehwemu ehu sasma ye beka no nokre ansana ye de atuja.
Wantitia ensentrofo kubatan ye ni America mana tena yaka bumwo edi ema sentrofo ase no na regional coordinator edi ma ikwa wondin ene research and capacity development for West African Network for Peace Building ekasa wase edi aton sentrofo nyina anim se ansana sentroni obeka bibi afa amanyo se mabato ho anampo amanyoko bi ho no wakenkan wo hunu wasua de ansana obeka waka oman asomdwie enti.
It is important that we take proactive measures to fact-check claims by political actors, prioritize accuracy over sensationalism, not to overspeed in publishing news, as in an attempt to break the news, you can also break the country. And more crucially, to strive to uphold the highest standard of journalistic integrity. The media can help to ensure that the electoral process and outcomes reflect the will of the Ghanaian people. To Together, we can ensure that the upcoming election is a testament to our collective commitment to democracy and a reflection of our shared aspiration for a prosperous and a united Ghana.
As we approach the 2024 elections in Ghana, it is crucial that we prioritize peaceful journalistic discourse. Through our learning initiatives, we aim to equip journalists with the skills to report accurately and responsibly, promoting fact-based storytelling and conflict-sensitive coverage. Let us commit to responsible reporting, fact-based storytelling, and conflict-sensitive coverage. Our words have power and we must wield it wisely.
Say adwadifo dodo no an wo mu entua eto tax woni etua no nso a ekofom ye pa na no na Ghana Revenue Authority for akasa dia to dwa se ha adwen wa sha se ni adwadifo kasa dia fa ho
Sadia beya de aya kwansidie obeyi every honti na Ghana Revenue Authority womo frase se wadwani eche miamia hodo na wone omo a omonye aban ne bosumi adwuma no akodidi enkomo akyerkyeremu senti eni hia se womo nsutua to edeboa oman no eno nso nti sanhyamu kesie ombeye no wo aduma ewo kumase eno boae emma adwuma wuranom ahodo wa santemantam nyina ebebi sanso na Ghana Traders Union Association koma enso ebebi na area director edema GRA ne fa wo asantemantam oraye Agnes akosua edubuaten ese ehu hia sadane de okoso kaka adwadifo no se wo nso wo asudie ewa asade se otua eto edema oman no ebasa aban no nya sika ede yi akwan si suku ayaresabia ede ye mpuntudwuma hodo edebua oraye edubuaten ejebre ekyerkyere mu se si awonam a wotu nyina ne se oman no eto ayegege no wo mo pese o mu tire mu
ansa no mbeba ha no ye call shop to shop ebisa wo ma chiro omudin omo nchiro omudin omo ma chiro omudin problems omo go through na bebre edise yesan koyechi ne ye kwotro wo edin na ne enne de ne man ye sonkron sem ye de aboa Ashanti Business Owners Association for members ye de guta wo nyina ne ya ye adwen se yenko shop to shop obi biara on chiro ni din no omo ma ye backing enti ye program ye dey make sure say ye be register as many ni nyina cover the informal sector no ne boost to collection ya widen tax net no so na ye say education no bebre ho a wo mo ntiase enti this say ye intensify education into intensify education no na ye bring obia on board sababu ye duro no ye nkoso emmobosia into obia be na afemode na ye pese ye de hye kakra ne nsechere kakra ba ye can modify taxation system no and also ya kyerkyere mu womo a omo ye by installment womo so a ye de turnover na cash base ya to ye bu ya kyerkyere me do ye policy ayeba ba ye nya wie ho nhyehyɛ no eno be capture informal sector no as many as we can
enyuma wuranom a omo so eba nhyiamu ya senhyiamu na chi no omo ne UTV kasebo atwetwe nkomo se
ya ye hu ni se aso man no ye nyina ye mpese ebedi nokre ama ye nyina ye ho obi ye nkyerkyere se enmo ye ton 700 ye hu se nokre na ye ka se enmo no so ye so ye ton sen na mfaso sen na da so it ends up to either 1.5% or 2%, and out of this GRA nkoa abanhyehyɛ ne se I will say they buy 6 to 7% a common. Workers who are or no bossome also Chianica. How do you reconcile all this? Because there is also who's any percentage, abroad so 2%.
We have made government and GRA know say the current structure and administration of the vast system doesn't support the dynamics within the business environment.
And fortunately, in your opportunity to be educated in the first place, let me express your grievances. The majority of traders in Africa say about VAT, with the cascading effect in the pesa ban no cutting whereby obeji ade nyina one source and the explanations so then one source where ma adwumani nyina ayi am ubia ade asomdwe be ba market.
Apomodin so for Dr. Bernard Oko boy akasa dia to dwasa ban afini pem amasese de ye de sike mu odu ebewura apomodin mu wonam saa kwan so e de apomodin pa ene ayaresapa ebedu amanfo nyina da aboboa no wode sansem wei atu dwa e West African Medical Industry Investment Summit and Expo a ekoso won kran no ase
ya dwenche say nanka yebe issue bani nanka aban anamnesone da to say wa agree the friend of minimum guarantee price na chese bia uye kwini na person wo ton wemu ana we bru
Afikowa West Africa Medical Industry Investment Summit and Expo Jumedie. Nebota nyina ene se empanyufo mo kan biewom ewo yapomodensem ewo ebibrim atoye fem hanum sei no ombeka mo ho abom ato adwen ahwe kwan a apomoden ensem ene ayahwe mapa ye betimi ede ama ebibiman adehye omohwe kwan a ombetimi enya ayahwe ho akaden ahodo a ebibiman binum enia entimi momomfa ayahwe mapa ensom omo adehye na dwumadie asi na soafo a wo hwe apomodensem so Dr. Bernard Okoboy editor just say so man betum pon na ejina adehye apomoden ensem so edunti aban aye krado se obepia sika akọ ankrankre apomoden adwumanim se de be ya omuso betimi aso aban asene na ayahwe mapade yahwa ma obi enyemu akonya ewo yemen.
This expo brings together innovators, investors and industry leaders to showcase the latest advancements in medical technology, healthcare management and innovative solutions. It is a platform for us to share knowledge, ideas and best practices and to explore opportunities for collaboration and partnership. And I'm happy that it's not only a collection of nationals from Ghana, but we have brothers and sisters from the West Africa region as well. We will engage in fruitful discussions, witness groundbreaking exhibitions, and forge meaningful connections. We will explore how we can work together to address the healthcare challenges that we face and how we can leverage technology, innovation, investment to improve healthcare solutions.
我们今天齐聚一堂，以推动多元化合作。
On recovery. However, today, this approach is no longer sufficient. To truly make progress, we must bring all these elements together.
The currency is stable, because machines now are any chemicals now in production. No, PCC are craft free amanone. Now, so gradually, the person say raw materials now are friend of pharmaceutical active ingredients.
Afi ensu anshada anto akuafo mo atifi mantemu de wo mo ebrepe ka bokre yaba na no na omode atodwasa anhwa enuane ho baye den enam so osoafo hwe kwaye so de atodwasa enema biti se emo aburo ne so ya bi yemfa bi enko oman bi aso enkoton biem ye di wo Ghana hase a akuafo nkumankuma e wo memo mukabom ko de atodwasa ade na anampo sa ade na kwaye so afo de atodwa no anhwa wo muntimi nsomu yi
yebe issue bani nanka aban anamnesone da to say wa agree the friend of minimum guarantee price na chese bia uye kwini na person wo ton wemu ana we bru aban aja to me say bia this is the minimum price bia esa wo ton nti kwini bia ya short say okra 50 kg ebru na koton a we na price obenya say even abana ka sample entumi enye sa obetumi a we contract groups say omono ebi a monkoto eye emuwi anebuwi ifekuafo bon ton minimum price na monton any price we na price no ese price a we ye calculation na otumi say we ton a eye kwani no he will run at a loss and that was what we expected government to do. Let us say who issue banner now start the summers yes no atoho until who yes no let us say you are creating an environment and you even conducive for a queen say or go through all these processes just to go and export the produce because they say locally no or markets are ometia a good price amount. But you see, at the area, nature say, because we are not sure, say, you bring a good price, and you know, you're free a soldier for some good demand in our bodies. Now, we prevent it, you for some beyond a year or movie. And also, I did say, it's unnecessary. It's a sustainable measure with the tool. The best thing is, say, put in place local measures are a better incentivize families be say menton e Ghana has it. Once you do that, nobody will be tempted to go and sell outside. Until going forward, no, you expect to say about only out the clear modalities are or the selected savonable people. And then criteria no we use one in beneficiaries no. Then approach are they to pay them. All those things should be clear and transparent. Until yes, I know who sell so and Kofi Mansa and Ama Bedun, no credit farm, no essay, no, or the so discount. But one question now, you who was selective on Abola. Now you're sure about the criteria, then you are creating a system as an avenue for vote buying, and that's something that we see because we share PFJ 2.0 now. We're all told, say, the private sector for the year Juma, the aggregators in the year Juma. You say, you the big grants, Abba. I'm a don't know, and no, share MP, any DC inside, someone to take. Until what the guarantee said, this current one also know, you use that same line.
Nana Adedankwa Ekufu Addo Ghana Mampanyi akasa ahyebosa obeni from die ama afi abato no akoso asumdwe kwanso wosi adwen omanfo ebekire no eno obegye atum
Ghana man penyini His Excellency Nana Adedankwa Ekufu Addo akasa kire se eye 2024 general elections a eba so 7 December no eye ade a wono obehwe se ebeye asumdwie enkuto onye bibi emma abato no emfa basabasa ye bia emma na okasa ewo Kumase abra Methodist asafo no womo eye womo enhyemudia etoso eduonum ba komekire 51st annual conference eno wo kire se wono Ghana for eto abama na 2016 no eye asumdwie enkuto na odebetre kunwa no se omampenyine na obekwa obepese be yasumdwe.
This year is an election year. On 7th December, the Ghanaian people will elect a new president and a new parliament. The Akufo-Addo-led MPP government is clear about its obligation and duty to ensure that the impending elections are conducted in an atmosphere of peace and security, in full transparency and respect for the electoral laws of our country. I am confident that the security agencies will be alive to their responsibilities and will ensure that the free will of the Ghanaian people and their choice of national leadership will be manifest, free of violence and intimidation. It is the free will of the Ghanaian people, not the will of any candidate or political party, no matter how desperate for power, that will prevail on 7th December 2024. I am certain that the behavior of the Ghanaian people and their government and public authorities will put to shame all the naysayers, all the Jeremiahs, including, unfortunately, some persons of the club who, instead of preaching peace, are bent on raising the specter of election rigging and Kenyan-style bloodletting. They will be disappointed. The 2024 elections, like the previous ones we have held in Ghana in the Fourth Republic, will be conducted peacefully and in total compliance with the laws of the country. As far as the ruling MPP party is concerned, which spearheaded the national resistance to authoritarian one-party rule in Ghana in the First Republic, rigging is not part of our DNA.
Ghana man penyine sa atwa ne kasa no so edi aseda eni nkabia edi ma Methodist asafo no eva impuntudwuma asafo no abon ho modern pa.
The church must advocate for justice and righteousness in society. We have a prophetic role to speak out against injustice, corruption, and moral decay. Our advocacy should be rooted in biblical principles and aimed at promoting the common good. We must also support policies and initiatives that align with God's will for justice and peace. The
church must encourage and support godly leadership. We need leaders who are committed to serving with integrity and humility.
Ne krakra won shemudie na se no Most Reverend Dr. Paul K. Boafo ono na presiding bishop Edema Methodist Church Ghana. Ono so esre eye Ghana for say abana ye kwakoto no ye nhwe se ebeye asumdwie.
Say no to the politicians who bring money to you. It is not only for ourselves, it is for the generations to come. Let us move away from the politics of insults and attacks on personalities that tend to create unnecessary tension during this period. For the past years, every election, we create tension for ourselves. In some places, they go through it without any tension. It's with ease. Why can't we learn same for our dear nation? To the young people, I say, the nation is yours. Please remember, Mother Ghana needs you. Don't go and sit in that bucket and be thrown overboard and die. Our journey to this election, our journey to democracy must be seen as a process. It can't just happen once and that's it. It's a process and we need as Ghanaians to work at it, young and old, politicians and non-politicians. Let us all rise up and let us all have a free, fair, credible elections.
For year to Cassia Bono ESO Electoral Commission, approach for enough National Commission for Civic Education. One any Peace Council for Esinkunya. What was dream afa kwampa one befaswo abo and some truffle who buying abo Ghana for who buying asna prince some truffle for who die ewo afi abatono emo.
Over the years in recent time, try and we continue to try in a sense of guilt and shame to put our house in order. A lot of education among our personnel is ongoing, and we are mainstreaming media education and protection of journalists and the media to a level that it is helping us to have a situation where we are gradually getting to a point where journalists are not being attacked by us. We have a lot of work to do in that angle. We want to assure you today that we will continue improving so that a day will come, because it's one of the measures we are using to determine whether we have truly become the best institution in the country and a reference point for the rest of the world. So it does not take that of mainstreaming this sense of protection of journalists and the media. We don't take it for granted.
As a country, we will need to protect the media to enable them to support our cause. And as indicated, they are indispensable in our quest for successful election. The Electoral Commission will continue to partner with the media and ensure that all that we have to do to enable them to deliver effectively, we will do. And we call on all Ghanaians to support the Electoral Commission to ensure that we do things in a very professional manner, and the media to also report issues accurately, so that in the end, all of us will come together and enjoy a successful election that we have promised you come December 7.
Our democracy is based on a free media. Like I mentioned earlier, our constitution is unequivocal. We must ensure that journalists have the freedom to practice their journalism within the constraints of their own ethical requirements and recommendations. But it's important that we don't lose sight of the fact, because no matter what happens, we cannot live in a society where the violence is normalized. And it becomes normalized when action is not taken. We must start to take action against those who do wrong. We must start to take action against those who do wrong. If we don't do that, we will continue to have conferences, and the things that are wrong with our society will persist.
Basic functions of the media: to educate, to inform, and to entertain. Therefore, they provide a window through which information get to every corner of our country and to understand issues that are happening around us. Information therefore becomes a human right issue. In any attempt to stop information from going around is a human right abuse. And that is why any attack on any journalist is an attack on our human right, and it's something that must not be encouraged. It also represents another dimension of violence. Violence is not good. Violence creates hate, and then it multiplies, because the moment you do it, the revenge to it also continues. The discouragement that we give to the journalists is to our own detriment. Even within the political circles, it's our own detriment.
And now we are MP before down one manifesto Edino. Mashibedwani Emma Ebuakwa South Abaton Pesuaso a woni onunyam for Samuel Atachia. What the Australia Ghana force yentwa ba Emma Doctor Baumia Essence or economist a basika semu a wabini ye po betima boa Ghana for. Na Owura John Dramani Mahamadi or a journalist or in some training die and is wadi hunu be pa no wo betima sasa Omei. Sansemi and Omemu some trofo kabom ko emu penny Owura Abet Kwabrajonfo akasa ho. E de ato just say, "Hey, Owura Atachi asa wan kasa you." Na say some trofo de, ye de ni swadi hunu etumi de ye bibi Omemu se Ghana. Mesra what din some trofo atemago mani masepa. Sa bra biem na be kasa yie. E be ye krompa pan some trofo acho e was ansama wo kan ye no ho.
Mr. Atachia's assertion that journalists lack expertise is misinformation and discriminatory. This stereotype ignores the diverse academic and professional backgrounds of journalists, many of whom hold advanced degrees and occupy esteemed positions. Precedents and examples. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana's first president, was a renowned journalist whose visionary leadership shaped our nation's economy. Other notable journalists have successfully held public office, demonstrating their capabilities. Even our current president, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, at a point in time was the publisher of the Statesman newspaper for 10 solid years. So, it can be considered as a media practitioner. Going by the argument of Honorable Atachia, are we saying that President Akufo-Addo has not performed well or discharged his duty effectively? Furthermore, we find it intriguing that Mr. Atachia implies that only economists can lead Ghana effectively. However, since the Fourth Republic, Ghana has had several presidents who are not economists. Aside Professor Ivan Satamos, did their lack of economic background render them ineffective? Absolutely not. In fact, Ghana's progress under these leaders disproves Mr. Atachia's assertion. President John Rawlings, President Rajifu Kufuor, John Madi Mahama, and Nana Akufo-Addo have all contributed significantly to Ghana's development despite not being economists. Apology. We demand that Mr. Atachia retract his statement and render a public apology. He must also acknowledge journalists' diverse expertise and capabilities, as well as the critical role journalists play in promoting democracy. I therefore condemn Mr. Atachia's comment in no uncertain terms. We affirm journalists' potential to hold public office and contribute meaningfully to Ghana's development.
I was on for a good year, and Yadru so ye train Wabasia.